Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mr. Desmond, and today on mathematics, we are going to be looking at simultaneous equation. Simultaneous equation. Now, why or what rather do we mean by simultaneous equation? Simultaneous equations are equations that are two equations that we solve simultaneously, like we solve them the same time, and it can also and this is because we are looking for the value of two variables, maybe x and y, a and b, or whatever variables that you are looking for. So unlike your normal maths where you have let's say for instance 2x plus 1 is equals to 3, in this case you are looking for the value of x alone. This one is an algebraic equation. This is an algebraic equation. But when you have something like this, and you have two variables like this is a simultaneous equation because you are expected to find the value of x and you have to find the value of y simultaneously. So we'll look at some examples. Under simultaneous equation, we have two methods of solving simultaneous equation. We have the substitution method and the elimination method. Okay. Then for we'll also look at the graph. So we have three things that we are going to learn today briefly. So I'm going to take probably one or two examples for each. Just I will explain elaborately so that you can understand the topic. So we are going to take our first example. Take our first example under substitution method. Substitution method. So I'll also teach you how to differentiate them. We have this example. Okay, so we have the question solve 5x plus y is equals to 7 and 10x minus 2y is equals to 6. So we have this question. Solve 5x plus y is equals to 7 and 10x minus 2y is equals to 6. So this is a simultaneous equation. Why? Because it has two equations that we have to solve separate. We have to solve together rather. So we are going to do the solution for this. And our solution for this is very easy. Okay. Now, how would you know that you are using a substitution method? Let me write the equations out first. 5x plus y is equals to 7, and the second one is 10x minus 2y is equals to 6. Now, for you to know that you are using the substitution method, which is the method I'm teaching you now, okay, substitution method, which is the method I'm teaching you now. For you to know, one, you will see a variable standing on its own without a coefficient. Like for instance, now you can see that x has 5. Coefficient of x is 5. Coefficient of x is 10. Coefficient of y is 2, minus 2 rather. But this y is standing on its own. So this type of equation where one variable is standing on its own without what a coefficient is, you are using a what a substitution method. If you also have, it's also possible for you to have something like this. So far you see one of them like this. In this case now two of them don't have um they don't have coefficients, so this is also a substitution method. But if I put value in the front, this is no longer a substitution method. Do we understand that? Good. So in the two equation, y is standing on its own, that's the substitution method. So we are going to tag this equation 1 and equation 2. That's two equations that we have. So since we have the one that is standing on its own, that means it's the one that we are going to substitute for. So we are going to say substitute, okay, substitute what? Substitute y in equation 1. So we are looking for the value of y in equation 1. So we will now have 5x plus y is equals to 7. Remember, you are looking for the value of y. So that means this 5x has to go to this side. This is a positive number, 5x. When it goes to the other side, it becomes a negative number. So we have y is equals to 7 minus 5x. So this at this point here, we have found the substitution for y. So we are using y now. This y, this value you have here is not the original, is not the answer for y. Remember, y is supposed to be a single number, like y is equals to 2 or y is equals to 5. But this is not the original answer because this we still have a calculation here, and you know in this calculation we can't solve this. So what we do is that we always assume that this is a partial answer, okay, for what? For the value of y, a partial answer for the value of y. So the moment I have the x variable and I put it here, the x variable, the number for x, I put it here, I should, when I solve this, I should get the value of y. That's what it means. So we are going to use y now. This is equation uh, substitution for y. We are going to use it in equation 2. So this is what we have. Use y in equation 2. Okay, so anywhere I see y, what the substitution means? Substitution simply means to replace, just like in a football. You have maybe a player got injured, so you have to change the player. So that's replace. So you can, so anywhere we see y in this equation 2, now we are going to put 7 minus 5x. So that's what they mean by substitution, to change. Okay, so we are going to take, remember we have 10x minus 2y is equals to 6. Anywhere we see y, we are putting 7 minus 5x. So we have 10x minus 2, open bracket. You know, 2y means 2 times y. So that's why I'm putting a bracket. That means the 2 is multiplying what is here. Then what is the value of y? What is y now? Our y is 7 minus 5x. So now we have substitute y in equation 2. So this is 2y. Okay. So now we are going to open this bracket to find x. If you look at, there's no longer y here, but the y is this. But for us to get ps equals to 6, for us to get y, we can't get y from here, but y is here present. This 7 minus 5x is representing y. So now, but it is possible for us to get one variable, which is x. So from this now we can get our x. So we will then have what? We then have to open this what bracket. Okay, so we're having 10x minus 2 times 7 will give us minus 14. That's minus 2 times 7 minus times plus is minus 2 times 7 14. Okay, so minus 2 times 7 gives us minus 14, and minus times minus is plus. 2 times 5 is 10, with the x, that's 10x is equals to what? 6. So we have opened that bracket. So the next thing to do is to collect like terms, so this x, this 10x is positive, this is also positive. So we have 10x plus 10x is equals to, this is 6, this is minus 14, jump to that side, becomes plus 14. So coming here, we now have what? 10x plus 10x will give us 20x. Okay, 20x is equals to 20. Okay, 6 plus 14 is 20. So divide both sides by what? By 20 to get only x. Remember, we are looking for the value of x and y. So to get only x, so 20 cancel 20 will be 1. So that's x is equals to 1. So we have successfully found the value of x. So now we have to find the value of y. Remember, this y, this one I gave you, is a partial answer. That means it's not the answer. It's just a partial answer representing x. So we can put this x in this one, or in this one to get the value of y, the number for x. So let me put it in this one since it's already arranged for us. So we have uh, use x. Okay, let's just follow the due process. I can call this one equation 3. Okay, I'll call that equation 3. So use x in equation 3. Okay, you can still use it in other ones. It will still give us the same answer. So what's the equation 3? Y is equals to 7 minus 5x. So anywhere I see x, I'll put 1. So y is equals to 7 minus 5, open bracket, 1. Y is equals to 5 times, minus 5 times 1 gives us minus 5. So that's 7 minus 5. Then y is equals to 7 minus 5 will give us 2. So y is 2. So this is your answer. Therefore, x is equals to 1, comma, y is equals to 2. So you have solved that what equation simultaneously by finding the value of x and the value of y. So this method is called substitution method. Like I explained, we use when one variable is standing on its own without a coefficient, it is substitution method that we are using. So we are going to take the second one, which is the elimination method. Okay. So I have a question here for the elimination method. We have solve 5x minus 2y is equal to 25, equation 1. Then 3x minus 2y is equal to 11. So that's equation 2. So like I said earlier on, I told us that if you look at this one now, you discover that x has a coefficient, y has a coefficient, x has a coefficient, y has a coefficient. There's numbers in front of the x and y. This method is called elimination method. Elimination. So that meaning that we have to remove one of the value to find the other one. So we are going to write elimination method there. Okay, so we are eliminating. So how do we eliminate an equation? It's not very hard. Okay, now if you discover that these two value here, okay, in the middle, if these two value are the same, you just have to add the equation. You just have to minus the equation rather. Okay, this is what I'm trying to say. For instance, these two, I'm talking about these two here. Okay, now if you have minus 2y minus 2y, if you add this equation, okay, if you add this equation, sorry, if you subtract this equation, okay, you are going to get this minus times minus will now give us a plus. So these two will now be eliminated because minus 2y plus 2y will give us 0. Minus 2y plus 2y will give us 0. So just simply say 2y minus 2y is 0. So that is how. So we have to make sure that we eliminate the middle. Sometimes too, you can have, I'm going to show us an example like that. We have maybe we have 2y and we have 3y. For this one, we have to ensure that these two numbers, let's say plus and minus, these two numbers, we have to ensure first, we have to ensure that these two numbers are the same number before they can eliminate. Because if this eliminate this, something will still remain. So we have to make sure that two of them are the same. How can we make them the same? We are going to multiply them to the nearest number where two of them are equal, where two of them are the same. For example, uh, 2 and 3 they meet at 6. Okay, so that's the closest number that the two of them. You can find 2 in 6, you can find 3 in 6, you can also find them in 12, but 12 is too big. So we are using what? 6. Okay, so now we have to now make sure that these two become 6 and these three become 6. Okay, so that they will be the same. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to do 2 times what? 3, and I'm going to use 3 times 2. So this will now give me what? uh 2y times 3 will give us 6y, that's plus 6y. Then this times this will now give us minus 6y. See, both of them are the same. So what you do here is that you add the equation. By the time you add the equation, to give us 0. So that is your target. I'm going to give us an example for two examples for this. Okay, so this will be the first one. So two of them are already the same numbers. So we can eliminate. I told you that we are going to what? Subtract. This is what we are subtract. So that minus will now give you plus. So it will now be minus 2y plus 2y, which is 0. So we have eliminated the value of y. That's what they mean. Remove the value of y. So we are going to what? We are going to subtract. Okay, subtract what? Subtract both equation. Okay, subtract both equation. So 5x minus, remember we are minusing, 5x minus 3y will give us 5x minus 3x will give us 2x. Then minus 2y minus 2y will give us what? 0. That one has gone. Then 25 minus 11 will give us 1 and 4, that's 14. So with this, you can find the value of x confidently. So elimination is usually faster. So we can find the value of x. X is what? To divide both sides by what? 2. So s is equals to what? 7. So from this now we can find the value of y. Remember, we have to now substitute x in the end of the equation to get the y. So now you substitute x in equation, let's say 1. Okay, equation 1. So we have to write the equation first. 5x minus 2y is equals to 25. Then we now replace, anywhere we see x, we put 7. So we now have 5 open bracket 7 minus 2y is equals to 25. So this time to give us 35 minus 2y is equals to 25. We have to collect like terms. This is positive. When it jump, it becomes negative. So we have minus 2y is equals to what was here before, 25. Then this positive jump become negative. Okay, so we have minus 2y is equals to, now we have to subtract this. Remember, the negative is bigger than the positive. So if 25 people, for instance, kill 25 people here, how many people remain here? 10. But the 10 is the negative 10. Okay, so we made the negative 10, not the positive, negative 10. So we have to divide both sides by what? 2y, because remember we are looking for the value of, divide both sides by minus 2, because we are looking for the value of y, not minus 2y. So minus will cancel minus 2 will cancel 2 here, minus cancel minus here will give us what? 5. So the value of y is equals to 5. So therefore, okay, we end our statement like this. Therefore, x is equals to 7, and y is equals to 5. So this is how to solve elimination method. How to solve elimination method of what? Simultaneous equation. So I'm going to give us another example, like I said, like I promised. Although I wanted to take one each, but I'm going to give us another example so that we can understand this one better. So I'm going to change the numbers. Um, okay, let me look for a question we can work with. Okay, I found the question. We have the question: solve 2m plus 3n is equals to 3, comma 4m plus 5n is equals to 7. So let's align this equation. Let's align the equation. We have solution. We have 2m plus 3n is equals to 3. That's equation 1. Then we have 4n plus 5n is equals to 7. Now you see what I was talking about earlier. These two values in the middle, they are not the same. They are not the same. You see, we have plus 3 and we have 5. So it's just like you have to bring them out, plus 3n plus 5n. So the first thing you need to do is ask yourself, if you know we are doing elimination, should we plus these two things together? No. If you plus them together, they'll give us plus 8n, and we have not eliminated it. Remember, we are doing elimination method. So we have not eliminated it, because if we still have 8n. So we are not going to add them, we are going to subtract them. So minus times plus will now give us what? Minus. So this will now become minus. That's the first thing. So that will now make us to remove. But we have to still look at that. Look that we have 3 and 5. We have to make them the same number. So the closest number 3 and 5 is close to is what? 15. Okay, 15. So that's 15. So what can we multiply with 3 to give us 15? 5. And what can multiply with 5 to give us 15? 3. Okay, so we then have plus 15n minus 15n. You can see this now, when they come together, they will do what? They will disappear. That's, they will be eliminated. Okay, so we are using subtract. Okay, so subtract what? Subtract equation 1 from equation 2. Okay, equation 1 from equation 2. So 2n minus, remember, minus, okay, 2n minus 4n will give us minus 2n. Okay, then these two, remember, they will give us 15. Okay, let me write the way they're supposed to be, the new way. So we know that sorry, that remember, we use 3 and 5 to multiply. Yes, we use 3 and 5 to multiply. That 3 and 5 ought to multiply the whole equation. Yes, it ought to multiply. Unlike the other one we did, there are two of them are already the same, so we don't have to multiply the equation. Okay, but in this one now we have to multiply the whole equation. This is what I mean. Remember, this is supposed to give us 50, so this is multiplied by 5. This is multiplied by 3. So we now have like this. The first one is times 5. Okay, 2n plus 3n is equals to 3 multiplied by 5. Then the second one is times 3. 4n plus 5n is equals to 7. So let's multiply this. We'll then have what? 5 times 2 will give us 10n plus 15n is equals to what? 15. Okay, then 3 times 4, 12m plus 15n is equals to what? 3 times 7 is 21. So we have made them to be the same. Okay, before we now eliminate. Good. So now let's eliminate. Substitute the equation 1 form. Substitute what? Subtract rather. Subtract equation 1 from equation 2. Okay, equation 1. So we are removing this from this. So removing 10 from 12 will give us what? 2n. If you remove 10 from 12, remember removing, they didn't say removing equation 2 from equation 1. If it were to be like that, then we'll have minus 2n because that will be the minus. But now we are removing this from this. That's equation 1 from equation 2. So this will be 2n. Okay? So that's what we are saying is 12 minus 10. This is what we are saying, removing equation 1 from equation 2. So we have 2n, okay, plus, no, this one will go out because we are removing this from this. Remember, removing this from this. So we will have 0 there. Then we then have this one. 21 minus 15. Okay, that should be 6, right? So we have 6. So divide both side by what? 2. So m is equals to what? 3. 2 here, 1, 2 here, 3. M is equals. So we have found the value of m. We have to find the value of n. So we are going to use m in equation, any of the equation, like I said, but 3, the smaller numbers here. So let's use equation 1. So we have 2m plus 3. You must write the equation first. Is equals to what? 3. Then anywhere you see m, we'll put 3. So we have 2 open bracket 3 plus 3n is equals to 3. Then 2 times 3 is what? 6 plus 3n is equals to 3. Then carry to this side. We have 3n is equals to 3 minus 6. Then 3n is equals to minus 3. Then divide both side by what? 3, right? Then we have n is equals to minus 1. So this is our final, because 3 in 3 is 1. So that's our final answer. So we are done with the elimination method and the substitution method. Please, if you have any question as regards to this, you can ask in the comment section. So the next thing we are going to be doing, we are going to do the simultaneous graph. I'm going to teach us how we can solve the simultaneous graph. Yes, there are options in the video where you can slow down the pace of the class. I'm only being fast because of time. I have to work with my time. Okay, so the video I'm making usually is under 30 minutes. So that's why I have to be fast. But if you can slow the video down, you can, get the best out of it. You can also pause, take notes, and if you have any question, you can drop it on the comment section. So we are going to look at the graph. So I'm going to pick a question. I think one of the questions that we did, which was substitution method question. Okay, that's, I think, the first one we did. Okay, so this is simultaneous graph. That's what we are learning now. Simultaneous graph. So we have plot a graph. Okay, plot a graph. Okay, or on plot a graph for the equation rather. For the equation, okay, we have 5x plus y is equals to 7, and we have 10x minus 2y is equals to 6. Okay, I feel these numbers are big though, but by the time we do one or two, you should be able to get how the rest is going. So we are going to split this board into two, because we have on a graph we have two lines. Okay, this is simultaneous graph. Usually have two lines. You have like this, maybe one line like this and one line like this, because they are representing two different equations. So I'm going to do the first equation here, the second equation here. Okay, so I'll be starting from 0 for each of them. 0 for each of them. Sometimes it can give you ranging, the graph range from maybe -3 to 6. So that means you're doing on the line there, you're doing -3, -2, -1, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the x and y axis. Okay, so let's do a table for this to get a value for this. So we also have another table. So our mission is to fill this table up. So I'm going to be starting from 0. Okay, so x and y, x and y. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 should be okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So x is 0, x is 1, x is 2, x is 3, x is 4, x is 5, x is 0, x is 1, x is 2, x is 3, x is 4, x is 5. So what we are doing here is we are going to be doing substitution. Okay. Substitution. So we have the first one. We have to fill in this place. So we have the first one, solution. The first one we have 5. Remember, for this equation is for this table, 5x plus y is equals to 7. So we have to, anywhere we see x, we put 0. After we get the answer for y, we put it there. We'll solve another equation again. Anywhere we see x, we put 1. This is what I mean. 5x, okay? So 5 open bracket 0 plus y is equals to 7. Okay, the best way to do it, just rearrange it. Okay, so to be faster. So you carry this one here, you have what y is equals to what 7 minus 5x. Okay, this is the fastest way to do it. So anyway, see, so in this first one, x is 0, so we are going to put 0 here. So minus 5 times 0, remember to be times 5 times x is 5x. Minus 5 times 0 give us 0, right? So what we make here is 7. Y is what? 7. Okay, because all this like this give us 0. Let me solve that. 7 minus 5 open bracket 0 is what you have. Then equals to 7 minus 5 times 0 will give us what? 0, right? 0 is neither positive nor negative. So the only number you have there is what? 7. Okay, so we have found the first one. So the second one, we have y is equals to 7 minus 5x. So we are putting 1 here. So if I put 1 here, 5 times 1 is 5. So 7 minus 5. 7 minus 5 will now give us 2. Okay, so we are still using this. Okay, if I put 2 here, here will now become 10. Here will become 10. So 7 minus 10 will give us minus 3. Then if I put 3 here, here becomes 15. That's 5 times 3, 15. 7 minus 15. 7 minus 15 will give us 8. That's minus 8. Okay, then for this one, if I put 4 here, it becomes 20. Okay, that will give us minus 13. Okay, then if I put 5 here, that's 25. So 7, 8, 8 plus 10 will give us 8 plus 10, that's 18. Will give us minus 18. I think that's 5 times 5, 25. 25 minus 7. Okay, here is 1, here is 1. Just want to make sure that we are correct. Okay, so 3 and 5. Okay, that's 18, correct. So we are done. We have completed that table for y is equals to 7 minus 5x. We have completed the table. So we are going to come to this side and do also for the value of the next equation. So we have let's rearrange. If we rearrange, you'll be having I have to carry this minus 2y to this side and bring this one here. Okay, so I will then be having something that looks like this. 2y is equals to 10x. This one coming to this side will give us minus 6. Okay, what I did that I swapped. I carry this one here, it's now become positive. I carry this one which is negative. Then I now swap it. Okay, I swapped it, so that will give us 2y plus. Okay, so after that uh we have to find the value of y. Remember, so divide both side by 2, right? So it's good to solve the equation earlier so that it will be easy for you. 10x minus 6 over 2. So this is our equation we are going to work with, just like we rearrange this one. So where x is 0, so 10 times 0 is 0. So minus 6 over 5. Minus 6 over 2 will give us minus 3. Okay, that's 6 divided by 2 is 3. Then where s is 1, 10 minus 6 is 4. 4 divided by 2 will give us 2. Then where x is 2, That is 20. 20 minus 6 will give us 14. 14 divided by 2 will give us 7, positive 7. Where s is 3, that's 30. 30 minus 6 will give us 34. 34 divided by 2, 15 plus 15 plus 2. 15 plus 2, that's 17. So that will give us 17. Okay. Then where s is 4, where s is 4, that's 40. 40 minus 6 will give us 36. 36 divided by 2, that's 18. 36 divided by 2, that's 18. Let me do this one again. It's 30. 30 minus 6 is 24. Okay, 24, that's 2, that's 1 and 2, that's 12. This one's supposed to be 12, sorry. 12. This is supposed to be 12. Then 10 times 5 is what? 15. 10 times 5 is 50. 50 minus 6 will give us 44. 44 divided by 2 is 22. So now we have completed the table. Okay, we have completed. So let me just do one of this, how we sort it. Y is equals to, let's say, let me use this one I changed. Okay, 10 open bracket. Remember, s is 3 minus 6 over 2. 10 times this will give us 30 minus 6 over 2. Then 30 minus 6 will give us 24 over 2. 24 over 2, 2 year 1, 2 years what? 12. Okay, so that's what we have been doing since to complete the table. So now we are going to move to the graph. We are going to move to the graph. We complete our table. So our graph have x axis and y axis. X axis and y axis. Okay. So this is the y axis and this is the x axis, which is the y line and the xy line. So we have the origin, point of origin, that's the center where the two meet. So from here we start building our numbers upward and downward, left and right. So before we start doing that, we have to find the highest value, the lowest value for the x and y, so that the numbers should be inside the graph. So for us to find that, for the y, for the x, highest number for the x in the two equations, the highest number for the x is 5 and the lowest number for the x is 0. Then for the y, the highest number for the y, the highest number for the y, no, this one is not high, this one is low, it's minus 18, is low. The highest number for the y is 22 and the lowest number for the y is minus 18. So if you look at this one can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the x, but the y, because of space, we can do 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, like that, so that the numbers can be represented. So minus 18 for y is down, then for up, okay, for 22 is up. So we are going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can make your graph to pass the required number. Okay. Then for this side we have minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. Okay. If you have a graph sheet, the calculation may be different. Okay. You just have to follow the line. Okay. You have to follow the line in your book, the graph sheet, so that you can plot this at the middle, or depending on how many lines you have, you can shift the graph. Okay, that's why you have to know the highest and lowest, so that you have a mindset of which one is more than the other one. Okay, so we are going to put for the 20, that's for 22, for up, positive y. So we are going to have 20. Okay, we are going to use 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, but it may be tight. So instead of that, let me use 4. Remember, this is just it's not actually a graph. So let's use 4. 4, 8, 4, 8, 12. 4, 8, 12. 12 plus 4 is 16. 16 plus 4 is 20. 20 plus 4 is 24. Then you see we are able to put the value here. So this will be 28. So we're able to put the value for that. Then whatever you use here is what you should use here. Don't use different value. Don't use like 4, 8, 12 and you are using 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. No, that is not correct. Okay, the value, the unit for each line should be the same. So here is 4, so that means here will be minus 4, minus 8, minus 12, minus what? 16, minus 20, Already we've passed the value we need, minus 24 and minus 20. Let's just balance the graph like that. So we'll start plotting the graph. So where x is 0, y is 7. Where x is 0, for the first equation, where x is 0, this is x line. X is 0, y is what? 7. So 7 should be somewhere around here, right? So where x is 0, y is 7. So we'll just mark here like this. Okay, that's before the 8. If you're using the graph, you have a line to guide you. Okay, what I'm doing is just a rough sketch. Okay, so that's before 8. This is the point before 8. Okay, so the next one is where x is 1, y is y is 2. Where x is 1, y is 2. So 2 should be somewhere below here. That's half of here. Okay, where x is 2, y is minus 3. So that's down here. Okay, where x is 2, y is minus 3. Okay, this x, where x is 2, y, this y now is minus 3. That should be somewhere here. You see it. So minus 3 to 2. Okay, then where x is 4, y is minus, where x is 3, y is minus 8. That should be here. X is 3, y is minus 8. Where x is 4, y is minus 13. Minus 13 should be somewhere here. Okay, so we can see that from this, we can see that there's a pattern. Where x is 5, y is what? Minus 18. Minus 18 should be somewhere here. Okay, so we can see that there's a pattern for this. So we just use our ruler to draw a straight line. Remember, this is a sketch, so it may not be straight. So we just draw a straight line like that. So this first line, you write the equation that you have for this first line. So this one is what? 5x plus y is equals to 7. Sometimes, sometimes some people may put the box there. Okay, they may present the box there like this. That's your x and y value. Okay, x, y, 0, 7, 1, 2, 2 minus 3. Yes, like that. So they can also put that there. Okay, because of time, I won't finish that. So let's do the second equation. Okay, so this is the first equation. Let me just remove this. Okay, the first equation is this line. Okay, on the graph. So the second equation now we have um, where x is 0, y is minus 3. So where x is 0, y is, this is y, is minus 3. Minus 3 should be on the line because s is 0, y is minus 3. So it should be on the line. Okay, then where s is 1, y is 2. So where s now is 1, y is 2. That means if you look at this place here, 1, 2, they have the same value. So that means two of them they meet here. So I don't have to draw that point again. This is the same point for that. Okay, then the next one, where x is 2, y is 7. So 7 should be somewhere around there. Okay, where x is 3, y is 12. Where x is 4, y is 18. 18 should be somewhere before 20. Where x is 5, y is 22. 22 should be in between here. Okay, so we have our graph. So this is our graph. This is the line here. So they can ask you some other questions like, what is the value? Yes, what is the value of x and y? Very easy. The value of x and y is where two of them meet. So in this graph now, let me put the equation for this. The equation is 10x minus 2y is equals to 10x minus 2y is equals to 6. So that's the equation for this line. Okay, so they now ask a question: what is the value of x and y in the graph? It's very easy. Where two of them meet, and which you can see on the what? On the graph too, and which we have solved in the example under the substitution method. Okay, so yeah, substitution method, because y is standing on its own. So we then have x. This is your answer basically, because that's where two of them are identical. So x is equals to 1, y is equals to 2. This is the solution for the equation. That's where two of them meet. X is 1, y is 2. So uh, with that, we are done with the topic on simultaneous equation. We have looked at the elimination, substitution, and we also look at the graphical representation of the simultaneous equation and how to extract the answers from the graphical plot. So I believe the lesson for today was successful and you have been to learn something. So as always, I want you to subscribe and like the video, and also your comment is very, very important. Please try and drop your comment in the comment section. Like I said, they are very important to me. I will be looking at them from time to time. So please do have a lovely day. See you again next time. Have a nice day.